Hello friends, welcome back to this digital illustration channel. Make sure you hit subscribe if you haven't yet, because I come up every week with some new tutorials on how to paint in Photoshop. So in today's episode, I'm going to show you my entire real-time process of painting in Photoshop. Today I'm going to paint this chocolate cake, and I'm having here is a reference image that I took from internet and just making a new layer over here. And if you have seen my another videos, I used to start from the very basic sketch. So today also I'm using my brush tool to sketch up the outline edges for the entire subject, starting from the icing of the cake. Like this, I'm just making the entire outline in one go, and because I'm doing this in one go, my laptop really needs some time to load it up, so just waiting a few seconds. Till then, I would let you know about my tools that I'm using is one by Wacom tablet, and here in my laptop I'm having Photoshop. It's basic CC old version, so you can use this in your own versions of Photoshop too. So once done, you can see it's a closed outline shape. I'm just filling it up with the color fill bucket. Select the eyedropper tool, select the color and fill it up inside by clicking with the color bucket tool. Now once done with this shape, I'm going to paint for this below version, that the solid choco lava thing, and here for that I'm just making a new layer below the icing layer and just making the outline again in the similar way and filling it up inside. Now for the third step, I am going to paint the front of that cake holder, that cup. So for that I am making a new layer above that black color layer, as you can see in the layer panel, and just making the outline of that cup again. So as this joint here, I'm just filling it up with the color of that reference image. Now making a below of all those layers, I'm just making a layer again to make the behind side of the cup, the top edges that are looking very tiny from behind, so that again this is, make sure each of the sketch layer that you are making is a closed shape, and then just fill it up inside. Now we are pretty done with the basic sketch or basic color, you could say. Now I need that one thing, that choco stick that is going inside. For that I'm making again a new layer and painting that structure in this particular layer. Oops, Control Z for that, and again just making this new layer with a new section of our subject, filling it up, and we are now done with the base color of the subject. And for this I'm just going to select all these layers and drag it over here so that we can see our reference and our artwork both side by side. Now I'm going to select each of the layer and hold Control or command, and then select on the layer thumbnail, click on the layer mask icon here in the layer panel, so that each of the layer is masked according to their own subject that they are having painted on that particular layer. So selecting from the cup thing, selecting the brighter color here, and with a soft round brush and quite bigger brush in size, I'm having a 50 opacity brush, 50%, so I'm just painting from here. It's showing the light, and from this side also, but a little one, only 2 strokes. So it's quite looking nice. And this band thing, that is the having on the cup, for again that I'm using the hard round brush, and with a quite nice pressure on the tablet, I'm just painting it over and over again, so that it goes like a very solid print on that cup. For this, matching the light section, I'm again painting with the brighter color. Oops, I forgot to select the soft round brush. Yes, now it's quite done. If you want to edit anything, you can anytime just do Ctrl Z and use redraw, repaint the thing. Now it's time to add details on the icing. For that, I'm using the hard round brush and very smaller size brush. Also, I'm using the 1x Wacom tablet, so I'm using different kind of pressure by hand with the pen pressure. So according to that, my brushes react, and what I'm actually doing is just using the eyedropper tool to select that particular color that I want to paint with, and just painting those details. Have a look on that reference and have a look on my artwork. You can see there are some similarities, some originalities in my artwork also. Just a reference of how the lighting and texture is actually playing. You can use the color fill bucket to fill it inside, but as you can see how different the texture is going. You can do it both ways, either just with the painting with the only brush, or you can use the color fill bucket and brush tool hand by hand. So now quite done with these brighter colors. Now it's time to add with the darker tones, so that it gives a nice contrast and our flat drawing come to some real life. Darker brown kind of color, and just painting it below. You can see how nicely each of the turns are getting into light. You can add according to your own organic shapes, your own icing twisting layers. you can see how nicely we are done with this top view of our cupcake, and it's time to add texture and color to the top one, that choco stick. With this choco stick, I'm just painting again the base color entirely to a different choco slaty gray, you could say, and then just adding the circular texture, the pattern, like this, painting one by one. With the darker over there, you can see that dark brownish black color. Paint it here and then just give some shadows. For that I'm using very smaller opacity, that is say 30, and just paint it over here. Or if you are not happy with that, just you can try with another opacities also, but for right now I'm pretty happy with this. So only one thing that's left is the shadow. This is too dark, so I'm just going to make a 8% opacity darker color, or I'm using the dark brown here, and just making a bigger size brush than a smaller size, and it's pretty done with a natural way. As you can see this, I hope you guys found this real-time painting interactive and interesting, and if it's so, then hit the subscribe button if you haven't done it yet, and make sure you like this video. Also, if you want to see such interesting real-time videos much more in my YouTube feed, so make sure you let me know about that in the comment section below.